So today we're going to make naan katai. Naan katai is a very simple creaming method what we're going to use today, and in this method we are going to use make it on a table. So this is also one way of how we can do a creaming. The flavor what we are making today is cardamom. So we're going to put some powder, cardamom powder, some of it, and I'm going to get that flavor. Now there are lots of other flavors which are available in market. There is saffron, kesar, or chocolate, pista. The endless flavors are there in the market. Another small story behind naan katai is that all these households, during Diwali, they make this naan katais, and because they don't have ovens at home, what they do is they make those naan katais. They go to a local baker, and over there they round it up, tell them to bake it and give it to them. This is a very common thing which happens during Diwali in Maharashtra. So let's start with naan katai. To start with naan katai, ingredients which we require for your naan katai making are: this is your margarine. The brand name of the margarine which we are using is Lily. Okay, a simple reason behind the process is that the processing is different, plus the water content is less, okay, in this kind of margarine. Then if you don't get Lily margarine, you can also use ghee, okay, but try and use the solid part of ghee, okay, not the liquid part. Then your charori, this goes for your garnishing. But if you don't have charoi, you can use any nuts like your almonds, your cashew nuts, your pista. Okay, depends on you. You have to just place it on top of it. That I'll be showing you how you do it. That okay. Then is your curd, your cardamom powder, baking soda, powdered sugar, and your refined flour. Now the equipments which we require for your naan katai making are basically your measuring spoons, dough scraper, a tray to place the made naan katais and for the baking, and this is the melted fat. Okay, I'll be melting it further afterwards, and a brush to grease the tray. So first start with your margarine, soften this up. Okay. Now I'm going to cream this on the table. This is also one effective method which is used. Just cream it like this, okay? Your left hand, just keep your scraper like this. Keep creaming, and basically it should be soft enough, okay, and the lumps should go away. Now it's the method what we are using is your creaming method only. So like we have done in your previous creaming methods, we are going to put sugar inside it, your powdered sugar inside it, okay, and you cream it like this. Now before what we had done is that we used to cream it in the bowl. Here we are doing it on the table. Make sure the table is neat and clean. Okay. So if you don't have a bowl, you can do creaming like this also. There is no hard and fast rule that it has to be done like that. See, what happens is this margarine, this Lily margarine, is comparatively hard. Okay. So that's the reason what happens. It becomes very difficult to cream it with the wooden spoon. If you have a machine, you can always use a machine for creaming. But if you want to do it at home and you don't have a machine, then you can always use, like, not necessarily a tabletop has to be there. Anything, any big plate also will be there. That is also okay. Only the aeration has to happen. When you are going like this, round and round, basically you are trying to incorporate air inside it. So once this is nicely softened up like this, I am going to put my second part of sugar. No compulsion of how many parts has to go inside it. Just make sure 3 to 4 parts of sugar has to go inside it, so that it's easier for you to mix. Okay, if you put all the sugar together, it becomes very heavy. Okay, that's the reason we put the sugar part by part inside. Keep creaming like this. See, now in the initial stage, this is quite hard. But once you start incorporating like this, it starts becoming soft. Okay, now can you see this is nicely creamed? Now as I had cut the video a little bit because it otherwise becomes too long. I had been creaming for almost like now 10 minutes. Okay, and now just I have put my third part of sugar inside it and I have started creaming this again. Okay, you can actually feel when the margarine starts becoming the mixture becomes soft and it becomes light. You can actually feel that. Scrape everything every time. Just make sure that you're scraping everything and then you're creaming it again. Cream nicely again like this. This is nicely done. Now see, there are different basically naan khatai is something which is very famous during your Diwali. Okay, like I remember then when I was a child, my mother used to make those naan khatais, and then they used to go to this, that time like there were hardly any ovens. So what they used to do, they used to go to the local bakery wala. They used to stand in the queue and they used to actually get those naan khatais baked. So this is something which is during Diwali one product they used to make. Now there are a lot of flavors which are available in naan khatai. Nowadays, like recently I had one which was your chocolate flavor naan khatai. So then there is saffron, then there is pista. Okay, so you just name, and all those flavors are nowadays available. Okay, so you can make all those different flavors inside. Now over here, after this, my mixture is nicely creamed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put curd inside it. I'm going to put curd. Okay, 1 tablespoon of my curd goes inside this. Okay, and just mix this nicely like this. And then I am going to put half teaspoon of my soda. Okay, now actually the recipe calls for 1/4 soda and 1/4 ammonia. Okay, so but over here nowadays ammonia is something which is not very readily available. Okay, so I am going to just put soda inside it. So that's the reason. See, normally actually the recipe calls for half ammonia and half soda. So now, sorry, 1/4 ammonia and 1/4 soda. So I am going to put half soda inside it together instead of ammonia inside it. Both are raising agents. Okay. Now because I am putting soda, I had put little curd also. So basically anything acidic is required when you put soda inside it. Okay. So just mix this like this. Don't over mix this. Okay, then this is my flour and this is my cardamom. Don't put too much of cardamom also, and then just mix this. just mix this. Okay, don't put directly, the chances that it will not get mixed. Put all the flour here and then start mixing. Just keep mixing this. Okay. This is going to, now this is some dough, like normally your this thing are there, you don't mix it too much, but in this case you need to mix this, okay? Otherwise it will not get properly mixed. Like you have to like apply a little pressure. Normally for the cookie doughs and all, you don't apply pressure to it. Make sure you remove everything, because this is very common what happens. See this, now this is becoming a dough. Can you see this nicely? Now okay, now just roll this. I am going to make 20 portions out of this. To make this even, okay, like this, and then you cut this. Now 20 portions, so half here, half 10 and half 10 here, then 5 here, then 5 here, then 1 here, and again half, so like this. So this is all a little approximation, okay, so it becomes easier for you to roll out, nothing else. Just cut this with the dough scraper. rounding, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this fat on the tray. Just start rounding it, okay? See, now because we had divided them, it is easier. Okay, when do you put easier? Actually, what is easier is so that they easier, like even shapes are there. Okay, that is important. Now, otherwise they are all different shapes, then it becomes difficult. Okay, now this recipe is what you get like about 20 portions. Okay. Now, when you remember when we were creaming the margarine, before we put after the after the fat we had put sugar, then we had put this thing, your dahi, and then the soda. After that, whatever flavor you want to put inside it, that can go inside. Okay, that is when actually your flavor goes inside. Now, technically, this naan khatai is more of cardamom flavor. Okay, it's not plain but cardamom flavor. Make sure there are no cracks on this. Can you see? There are no cracks at all. So just place this like this. They have to be evenly placed because we know that they are going to be they are going to be baked and they are going to be a little bigger in size. So if I place them too close to each other, they are going to end up sticking to each other, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so this is the ideal distance which has to be kept. Now you can see there are some of them which are a little big and some are a little small. Now see, this one is big, so I am going to remove a smaller portion from this, and I am going to round this up, put here, and then this again. So like this I am going to adjust it so that I get even numbers. Another way of making sure that you get exact weight is by weighing them. Okay, exact shape is by weighing them. So you can weigh, but that becomes see, when a smaller portion is to be made, weighing is possible, but when the bigger portion is made, it becomes slightly difficult. Okay, so then that is where actually your experience comes. Okay, can you see almost they are done according to me. Your bit is required like this. Now this is your charori, which I am using as a garnish on top of it. Make sure you press this, okay? Don't press too much now, otherwise your finger marks will come. We don't want the finger marks over here. So now I have almost finished here placing the charos on top of it. Now on this same place, if you want to put pista, if you want to put almonds, if you want to put cashew nuts, anything can go. So you have to basically place it over there, okay? And then this can go for garnish, baking. So now your baking is a little tedious because the baking is at 110 degrees Celsius and it takes almost an hour, okay, for baking. It is very slow baking.